Chào mừng các em đã quay trở lại với chương trình bồi dưỡng tiếng Anh lớp 11. Và hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục bước vào bài 7 Further Education, Communication and Culture. Now let's start with Communication and Cultures at Unit 7 Further Education. And we come to the first part, Communication, Higher Education in Vietnam. And the first activity to complete the education system after primary school using the words in the box.
Communication and culture.
Communication, higher education in Vietnam. 1. Working groups of 3. Label the diagram of Vietnam's education system after primary school using the words in the box.
Now, first one, 3 to 4 years. So, first one is A, doctorate. 2, C, college. 3, C, university. From 3 to 6 years. How about 3 years? Is B, postgraduate education, and upper secondary education is 3 years. Now lower secondary education 4 years.
Now we continue activity 2, true or false.
2. Listen to an overview of Vietnam's higher education. Decide if the following statements are true, false. Tick the correct boxes.
Education plays an important role in Vietnamese culture and society. Most parents in Vietnam want their children to go to university or college, which will open doors to a brighter future. In recent years, Vietnam has focused on developing its education system, especially higher education and vocational schools. According to the current education system, higher education is defined as learning beyond secondary level. In order to be eligible for higher education, students must have certificates of secondary school graduation and may be required to take the entrance examination with various sets of subjects depending on different majors. At colleges, programs often last 3 years. After graduating, students receive associate's degrees and may continue their studies for 1 or 2 years to get bachelor's degrees. Universities often offer 4-year programs for bachelor's degrees. After completing these courses, students may pursue programs for master's and doctoral degrees. Overseas education has become increasingly popular as young people believe that they will have more opportunities for developing their talents and better employment prospects. Students usually finance their studies abroad through scholarships or personal savings.
Now, after listening, decide the following statement are true or false. And as you listen, first one, false. Most Vietnamese families want their children to take vocational courses. 2. Vietnam has only developed its vocational education system recently. False. It often takes 3 years to graduate from a college. True. Students often have to pass 3 examinations before they can enter university. False. And students can only use their personal funds to pay for their studies abroad. False.
And now we continue to the final task of communication today is discussion.
3. Discuss in groups. Give your opinion about higher education and suggest what should be done to help students to pursue academic or professional degrees.
Now, you use IseeBooks in this case, so press on Submit shows answers to consult more information. Yeah, that is good and improve much more than in the past and positive trend. Yeah. So I think students should have a chance to practice rather than just learn theories. And I think we should go university for the following reason, like I introduced on PowerPoint.
Now we come to the second main part of communication and culture today is culture, and the first activity, description.
Culture. Further education in Singapore. 1. Look at Singapore's education journey. Work with a partner. Briefly describe the stage following secondary education.
Now as you can see, that is the model answer. Education in Singapore following secondary has some stages. Firstly, students need to finish from 4 to 5 years at secondary level. In this period, they can attend secondary school or pre-vocational courses. Afterwards, students can experience post-secondary level in about 1 or 3 years. They can join junior colleges, centralized institute, polytechnics, or institute of technical education. Then students can finish a course at university or get to work when they are about 20 years old.
Let's move to activity 2, question and answers.
2. Read the text and answer the questions.
Now read the text and answer the question. Name one of the important targets of Singapore education. And as you can see, first one is that to help students to discover their talent and develop a passion for learning. To help students to discover their talent and develop a passion and develop a passion for learning. Talent. How about number 2? What is the requirement for enrolling on special courses in secondary education? They have to pass standardized examination. They have to pass standardized examination. And number 3, how can secondary education prepare students for further education? It builds up students' strength and develops their talent in both academic and non-academic areas. 4, what are the choices for secondary school leavers? They can select pre-university education or technical education. And 5, how many local institutions provide higher education in Singapore? There are 4 local universities with degree programs for higher education. Now, after that, you continue doing the exercise from 3 to 5 and press on submit button to check your answers.
Now, we've just finished Communication and Cultures of Unit 7, Further Education. At home, learn by heart own vocabulary, review own information of communication and culture, and prepare the next lesson, looking back and projects. Don't forget to access IseeBooks to do the exercise again. Thanks for your listening. Goodbye.